Previously on Scienceman. Our hero discovered his greatest challenge yet when he encountered Sci-Fi Man. The villain plans on unleashing a mysterious superweapon in hopes of taking over the world. Scienceman has tracked Sci-Fi Man to his secret hideout, but he must move quickly to apprehend the evildoer, for now might be his last chance to save the world.
Well, if it isn't Scienceman.
Sci-Fi Man, you think a few goons will keep me from stopping you?
Ha! Your powers of science can't help you here, Scienceman. There's nothing you can do now.
I won't let you take over the world, you fiend!
The world? I don't want the world. I want to end science.
What? You can't destroy science?
Of course I can, with my Deehring. When I turn this on, all of science will be nullified forever, and my revenge will be complete.
Galloping guanine! You fiend! What do you have against science that would warrant such destruction?
Do you know where we are?
The old abandoned high school.
You are correct. This is my old high school. This is where my life was ruined during a parent-teacher conference.
Ah, what a wonderful day. Don't you think, Sci-Fi Boy?
Of course, Dad. I love you more than anything in the world.
Oh, you're such a wonderful boy. It seems your teacher isn't here yet. Oh well, this gives me more time to hang out with my favorite son. Who is this teacher anyway?
Name's Mr. Mean. He's my genetics teacher.
Ah, genetics. One of the many fields of science. The greatest thing to come from mankind. You know, my love of science can only be paralleled by my love for you, son.
You both are here. Good. We have much to talk about.
About what exactly?
Your son has failed my class, the worst a student could do. Since he didn't pass the class, he will be unable to graduate high school.
What?
Your son has failed my class. Worse, he has failed science.
Failed science?
I'm afraid so.
Dad?
I'm sorry, but you let science down. You let your family down. Goodbye.
That is what happened. Now you know my dark story. This is why I must destroy science, because it destroyed my past, my future, and my family.
Wait! What if you were to pass the class?
What do you mean?
I can help you learn. I can help you retake that genetics class and pass it. Do so, you will have redeemed yourself.
I don't know.
Just give it a chance. If it doesn't work, well then I won't try and stop you from destroying science.
Ha! What a spectacular sight that would be, watching Scienceman stand by as science is destroyed. You got a deal, Scienceman, but don't get your hopes up.
I agree.
Mr. Mean!
I was informed you want to retake my class. I'm here to see you get embarrassed again.
I called him with my science phone.
But why him? He ruined my life. You could have literally picked any other teacher.
You need to face your fears, Sci-Fi Man. Now, come on, we have to get back to work. You don't have a full year like you did back in high school.
Correct. But I don't have all the time in the world for a lost cause like you, Sci-Fi Man. So I've condensed the whole school year into a single montage.
What?
And it begins now.
I can't do it, Scienceman. It's too difficult.
Not alone, you can't. I'm here to help.
Mendel was the father of genetics. He used peas to find out how traits were inherited. Rosalind Franklin played a huge role in finding the structure of DNA as well as Wilkins, Watson, and Crick. When micropipetting, you must push the stopper down to the first stop and release to suck up. You also must be careful when setting the volume you take up. The amount changes depending on the type of micropipette you are using, like a P20 and a P200. When running gels, make sure your box is set up correctly. If not, you will run into plenty of issues.
You have surprised me, Sci-Fi Man, but don't think you're not done yet. You must pass the final now, a presentation on a genetic disease. If you can do this, then you will pass my class. But if I find your presentation lackluster, well...
I did my final project on Lynch syndrome. Those who have Lynch syndrome have a higher risk for various cancers such as colon, uterus, kidney, and brain cancers. More specific examples are that those who have colon cancer will have a 40% chance of developing another primary colon cancer. For females who have Lynch syndrome, they will have a 50% risk of developing multiple ovarian or uterine cancers. Lynch syndrome was first discovered by Dr. Henry Lynch, and he first published his findings on hereditary cancer in 1966. In 1991, the Amsterdam criteria was established, which describes the criteria for diagnosing Lynch syndrome. What Lynch syndrome does is it mutates your mismatch repair proteins so that they do not function properly, if at all. Your mismatch repair system is important because it is the defense against incorrect DNA sequences and mutations. They have identified the gene for Lynch syndrome, so you can get tested for it. Treatments for those who have Lynch syndrome are annual colonoscopies and endoscopies every 2 years. That concludes my report on Lynch syndrome.
Here's your final grade, Sci-Fi Man.
I passed!
Science has been saved yet again. Son!
Dad!
Family reunited. Science saved. All in a day's work for science's greatest hero.
Scienceman did it again! But his adventures aren't over. There's more science to be taught and more villains to stop. So tune in next week, same science time, same science channel.